Here's how things look in the Bowl Coalition poll as we speak. Number 1, Nebraska tied with Oklahoma at the end of 3 quarters. So the Cornhuskers trying to remain perfect at 11-0. Florida State travels to Gainesville. The swamp has not been kind to anyone for years, it seems. West Virginia with a lead here. Auburn's season is over, and Notre Dame's likewise at 10-1. So major importance, and especially if Oklahoma pulls off the upset in Lincoln, this game gains even more status. Foley on first down. Going deep. Overthrows everybody. Closest man out there was Aaron Beasley, the cornerback for West Virginia. Foley had hit his last 7 passes before that one.
The offense for Boston College is usually spread them out using the whole 53 yards of the football field and allow most of the receivers to work on the linebackers and try to pick them apart. You can see what he's doing. 64% the last 8 games. The thing that's not on there is he hasn't been sacked in the last 8 games.
Only 6 sacks all season long. As Gary said, 4 of those happened against Miami in the season openers. That is serious protection that his line up front has afforded him. Here comes a blitz from West Virginia, and the line picks that blitz up too. And the pass is complete. Clarence Cannon, and he ripped it out of what could have been an interception. I thought somebody was going to go the other way with that one.
It was David Mayfield, number 30. He really did intercepted it from Mayfield. Foley's got such a live arm. The ball just rockets out of his hand. West Virginia has to put pressure on Foley. Little bit of a fake there. He knows he's going. He knows he's got man-to-man coverage. Zip, that ball's on the way. And watch him intercept it from the DB right here. Mayfield thinks he has the ball. Where'd it go? What a catch.
And a first down at the 42. And right back to throw it again. And Pete Mitchell is into West Virginia territory to the 49-yard line.
Brad, you and I were talking. We're watching this football game against Notre Dame a week ago, and everybody in the bars is saying, hey, they're just going to throw the ball 82. Why don't they cover number 82? The tight end is the toughest position to stop on the football field because he's matched up with linebackers most of the time. Linebackers do not do a good job of stopping a very active tight end. So he's going to look to him even if he's double covered.
You saw 10 of those catches by Mitchell for first downs, 2 for touchdowns. The other one was a 9-yard pickup, which the last one was. And on 2nd and 1, Darnell Campbell blasts down to the 40 for a first down. Mike Collins made the tackle.
The Boston College offense is averaging over 500 yards total offense on the year. And everybody talks about Glenn Foley and how well they throw the ball, but they're running the ball 42 times a game, throwing it 32 times a game. If you can rush to close to 200 yards like they are, that's a tough offense to stop.
Campbell already 45 yards today, has eclipsed the 1,000-yard barrier. His team is down, though, by 3. 10:35 to go in the half. They fake the end around again and lock one out and complete down to the 15 to Comer. And Comer to the 13-yard line. Aaron Beasley hanging on for dear life.
Earlier in the game, they ran off tackle, faked the reverse. This time they fake off tackle, fake the reverse, and hit Comer on the wheel route coming up the left sideline. David Mayfield, number 30, has man-to-man in the running back. He did his assignment. That's just a good call and good execution by the Eagle offense. 1st and 10, Boston College at the West Virginia 13-yard line. Trailing by 3, but threatening here. 60% of his plays are called at the line of scrimmage.
Which is where he's called this one. And he wants to throw to the corner incomplete. Intended for Keith Miller, who has a couple of grabs already today.
That's really no surprise to Steve Dunlap, the defensive coordinator for West Virginia. And he decided that he's going to have to play a lot of change-up defenses in this game to try to slow down Foley. But the problem is, no matter what he calls, he knows he has to knock him down. He has to stay in his face, and he has to put pressure on him.
Cannon and Miller both to Foley's right. On 2nd and 10, he lofts it to the end zone. It's intercepted. Aaron Beasley, who almost had one earlier on this drive, has got this one. And the Mountaineers come up with a second big defensive play of the afternoon.
90% of quarterbacking is throwing to the right guy. Foley threw to the right guy that time. He just did not make a very good throw. This ball, as you see him throwing off balance, should have gone about another 7 yards to the back of the end zone. He threw it right to Beasley. He turns around and says, hey, I got a puppy interception right here. This one's right in my lap.
And you know he's excited. He sat out the Boston College game last year due to disciplinary reasons. And he just disciplined one of Glenn Foley's passes there. West Virginia takes over. And Darren Studstill is in at quarterback. First down. Studstill wants to throw. Hit as he throws. Ted Page got a piece of him as he let go of that one. So we expected to see both quarterbacks, and this is Studstill's first appearance with just about 10 minutes left first half.
I don't know if anybody in the West Virginia coaches upstairs is watching, but I'll tell you, Nate Ryan doesn't catch a lot of passes, but they should throw the guy. He was 20 yards in the open that time on a very easy throw, and Studstill stayed long with his double-covered receiver. Put that one in your pocket and come back and call it because the tight end is wide open.
Ryan's only caught 8 passes all season long. 2nd and 10. That's Ryan in motion. Little option from Studstill, and the toss to Walker. Nice defensive play. Boston College was preparing for this option. As when we talked to him yesterday, Steve Zabel says, you know, we know we're going to get some option from Studstill, and his team played it pretty well that time.
Brian Howlett, number 45, is the guy that got nicked a little bit down there. Number 2 tackler on the football field for the Eagles. And you're right, Brad. That's what Studstill does. It gives you a lot more in practice to work on. You have to get ready for the option. It takes some of your practice time. You see Walker going wide and coming across. Howlett comes in, hits him. You wonder if he didn't get a little stinger in the neck that time.
3rd down and 7 upcoming for the Mountaineers. Studstill fires on the run way too high, intended for Kearney. Guevara was covering, and it's punting time for West Virginia.
Brad, both of these offenses are so powerful. Boston College over 500 yards a game. West Virginia 480 yards a game. But so far, both defenses have done a good job of keeping the offenses off balance. Big turnovers down in the plus territory for Boston College have stopped their drives.
First 3 and out for West Virginia. Sauerbrunn set to kick it away to Kenyatta Watson. End over end job. Watson trying to clear everybody out of the way. And it does take a West Virginia bounce. And finally rolls dead near the 32-yard line. 45-yard kick. Wasn't the prettiest, but it got the job done with 8:58 remaining first half. West Virginia by a field goal. West Virginia by 3, just under 9 minutes to go in the half. Gives us time to recognize our U.S. Army student of the game from the Eagles of Boston College, linebacker Mike Panos, a senior who already has a bachelor's degree in English, currently working on his master's in education, member of the Student Athlete Advisory Council as well as several other service organizations, teaches 1 day a week in the Boston Public Schools. There's Mike. Our congratulations to him, our student athlete of the game. Best starting field position of the early evening for the Boston College Eagles. Late afternoon, I guess I should say, from the 32-yard line. Foley. Darnell Campbell makes the catch and a pickup of 8. And Tim Brown in on the tackle. Foley never changes expression, Gary. Just looks to the sideline. He's a pretty cool customer.
The way the operation works with the offense is the play is brought in by a messenger, but they give the signal in the formation. So Foley goes over, checks out what formation he's getting, then they call the play. Tom Coughlin calls all the plays for the Boston College offense, and his main attack is changing up formations and trying to keep that defense off balance.
2nd down 2. Mitchell, the motion man. And a first down run for Darnell Campbell. He got it out to the 46-yard line, and we check in with Charlene Hawk. Charlene?
Brad, just a few moments before the game, I spoke with BC's quarterback coach, Gary Croton, about Glenn Foley, and something that he said leads me to believe that after that interception, things are just going to get better for Glenn Foley. He compared him to Jim McMahon and saying he's a little tamer than Jim McMahon, but he's got more fight, and he says that the madder he gets, the better that he plays. And Croton knows that wherever he speaks, he played against Jim McMahon. He also coached Steve Young and Robbie Bosco at BYU, and he compares him to Jim McMahon.
Jimmy Mack may not have the arm this kid's got.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the sunglasses, Mack.
The throw out complete. Keith Miller, and holding out to make the tackle, Aaron Beasley. And let's go to Mike Tirico. Mike?
Brad, as for number 1 Nebraska, Tommy Frazier driving the Huskers down the field after getting good field position because of a bad Oklahoma punt. Frazier will find Abdul Muhammad, the receiver. Watch him shake the tackle, get into the end zone. Nebraska leads by 7. We will keep you up to date.
You got to love it when it's Frazier and Muhammad going at it again, just like back in the 70s at Madison Square Garden. Huh? 7:18 to go here, 3-0 West Virginia. 2nd and 5 for Boston College. And it's Green short of the first down, but he got to the 45, where it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Terrace Alexander in on the tackle.
West Virginia defensive game plan to try to change up their defenses using a lot of different fronts. Try to bring up 7, try to use their barrel look, and try to throw Foley off balance by giving him a lot of different looks and faking blitzes throughout the night.
3rd and a yard. Here comes the blitz. Foley. There's only the 7th sack of the year given up, and it took a blitz to do it. Hawkins and Perkins are there to get him.
Once you saw the running back cheat up, you knew it was going to be a audible to one of the wide receivers. Good coverage again. You saw Campbell take on the blitzer, but Foley had nowhere to go but try to pick it up on his own. Good coverage in the secondary. A secondary that came into the game with 17 interceptions, already had 1. That's 18 on the year.
You saw the linebacker, Wes Richardson, really the guy that forced Foley up into the pocket and helped out on the sack. And now Beckley will have to punt it away. High, towering kick. Mike Baker calls fair catch, clears out, and BC almost had an opportunity to down it at the 1-yard line, but it is a touchback. And West Virginia from the 20-yard line on offense with a 3-0 lead when we come back. On a 20-yard field goal, that's all the scoring. Both teams have moved it up and down the field with relative ease, but nothing much to show for it. Studstill still at quarterback for West Virginia. And Rodney Woodard takes it out for about 5 yards. We'll take it out to Mike Tirico. Mike?
Brad, after the touchdown, ensuing kickoff by Nebraska, fielded by sophomore Darius Johnson. Up the middle of the field, he had 2 hands on it and then lost it. Fumble, Nebraska picks it up. First play from scrimmage, just pitch it to the left. To the end zone for the touchdown goes Calvin Jones. Nebraska leads now 21-7.
That Nebraska ground game, trying to stretch it out. Jake Kelsner trying to stretch out his hamstring as he's played 3 of the 5 series for West Virginia. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 6.
I'll tell you, Teddy Page, number 9, he's having a good start to this football game. Last week it was Mamula. This week it's been Teddy Page beating his guy at the line of scrimmage. They tried to do a little bit of a trap inside. Page beat his man, made the tackle in the backfield. You know, 2 high-powered offenses, and so far, because of the turnovers, it's been the defense's rule in the game so far.
0 for 4 for the Mountaineers so far on 3rd down. This time 6 to go from their own 24. Studstill in trouble, got out of it somehow, and shows the wheels to get a 1st down at the 35-yard line, an 11-yard scramble. Joe Kamara finally brought him down. That's what Darren does so well, Gare.
Oh, well, it's a different, it's kind of like a change-up for a defense because Studstill came in. Steve Szabo, defensive coordinator for Boston College, said, we want to flush Studstill out of the pocket. We think he has a little bit of the happy feet. We want to put pressure inside and see how he reacts to it. Well, he reacted pretty good to that one. Got out and ran for the 1st down. 5 men rushed on that play.
He really hung in the pocket till the last possible instant and got a 1st down at the 35. 3 wideouts. But the give is to Walker in a big hole up the middle. And he's to midfield. Give him 15, maybe 16 on the carry. Dan Kerr made the tackle.
Same isolation play they've been running all day, but this time a lot more room for the linebacker to fill. You're going to see it. The right guard, LeBlanc, is going to take Page inside that time, a little cross action. That's a lot of space to run. There's no linebacker that can fill with there's 5 yards of space for the running back to run. Fullback just frames up, and he can break inside or outside.
We told you Walker would become the single-season rushing champ for the Mountaineers, and just did that with a 16-yard carry. 1st down at midfield. Here he comes again, left side. Give him 4 more to the 46. Mike Mamula made the tackle.